Welcome gamers, welcome game designers. We are back with Bullets from Hell and GG Studios Game Design. Enough of the long pauses, we have a lot to go over. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and load into the first level. We've watched a million times, but we have more UI updates and a whole lot of other things that are showing off in just that first level. So here we go, starting off with our new character select. This is our character select, guys. So we actually have the ability to choose which character we want to play. So as you can see, we have 6 characters, which if you've counted so far, that's 3 more characters than we had last week. That's because we've actually busted our ass. We actually made 6 people. We've made every character we're going to make in the game, with the exception of maybe one extra one. Any which way. So we have 6 characters, and we were going to look over our trusty wizard. So we're going to go ahead and hover over there, and boom, we can see wizard, we can see his health, his mana, and all 3 of his abilities. Note, this does not show his ultimate. We've been going back and forth if we're actually going to show off if the ultimate is going to be here or not, as it is an ultimate, so you kind of want to play test it. Not really sure just yet, but as of right now, it's not shown. But there we go, we have the wizard. We can look over their druid. We've seen the druid before. All of his abilities, they're all working fine. Our knight tank, which we went over last time, little small updates with him, just visually, but nothing really changed about any of our previous heroes. So we're just going to look at our new ones. So we have our archer, and he's going to have 125 health, which is the same as the almost the same as the druid, but less than the tank, and mana value is 75, which that'll put it in this medium category, very similar to the druid. We have our knight attacker, which is very similar to the knight tank, but you can see a decrease of 50 mana, decrease of 50 health, an increase of 50 mana. And has some of the most damaging abilities in the game to date. Last, we have our healer. Healer has less health and more mana than most of our champions here. Actually has the least amount of health. However, has one of its abilities is the ability to heal over time. It's what HOT stands for, not because our healer's hot stuff. Alright, so we have 2 characters that are already using abilities from our previous. So we can see our freeze ball here is the same as our wizard's freeze. And our knight has the same bomb as the wizard as well. Due to a little bit of restraint on coming out with new things and testing new things, but also so that we can kind of show off if we mix and match certain abilities, see how they came out. They actually came out really nicely, especially with the healer's ultimate with the freeze ball. So it actually all works out really nicely, really smoothly. So don't think it's out of pure laziness, it is actually out of character design. Any which way, I know you want to see them, so we're going to go ahead and dive into, let's start with the knight, because it's the first one. You can see we've selected our character, but we haven't continued on to the next part of the game. That's because we're choosing all 3 of our lives right now. So we have knight, we have archer, and we have healer. So now we've chosen all 3 of them, and now we can hit confirm to actually start the game. So first off, we want to show off our knight. So he is going to attack with swords. He's going to literally just throw swords. Upon hitting with every sword, it's going to do the average of 1 damage. Unlike its brother, it's not doing a damage and a half, it's just doing the flat 1 damage. Alright. As per tradition, we need to add abilities. We need to use our debug menu still. So, boop, boop, boop. We have our first ability. So I'm going to go ahead and wait for these guys to line up, and boom. And of course it didn't line up perfectly, but I used my right trigger, right mouse click, and I hit the one, hit the other, did a great bit of damage to the gargoyle, did some good damage to the dragon, and knocked off 20 mana in the process. Small update on health on the bottom bar here is if I hover over this U, I can see ultimate, I can see health, I can see my mana, and I can see my lives. Small thing, just want to make sure it was out there. Alright, go ahead and kill the dragon here, and the dragon is completed. Going on to the second level. Oh wait, I need to pause the game. Oh, that's why I need to pause the game, because there's a new UI. It looks super nice, super smooth, it rhymes with everything else we've done so far. We have our pause menu in a different font, just like every other main title to a menu. And we have all of our buttons here, which all have also the same background. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and resume into the game, but we want to use our second ability, so swap ability 2, and our ability 2 is a dash. Very similar to its brother, it just charges at the enemy, dealing some damage along the way. Alright, and last but not least, we have our ability 3. Well, we've run out of mana for us to use it, as it does take 50 mana. Go ahead and restore it back up to full. And we have our bomb, and I missed! There we go. Bomb hit and killed the dragon, and I'm out of mana after 2 casts of it. Alright. In the previous areas, we had to charge up our ult. We now have added a new debug to charge that ult. So I'm going to go ahead and pop my ult. Ooh, I took some damage and lost the ult. Okay, there we go. I now am super powered, and I'm dealing extra damage on each attack, and anytime I do take damage, I take resisted damage, so I actually take less damage than what should be there. Alright. But that's our knight attacker. He is doing some strong damage, and he is not as tanky as our previous tank, or previous knight, but he's ready to take on the world. Alright, now we have our archer. We went ahead and restarted the level here, so we're going to go ahead and use our archer. And he's going to shoot arrows from his shield. Yeah, okay, yeah, we're a little limited on visuals, but, I mean, that's a really cool shield if it's shooting arrows. So, any which way, we're going to go ahead and show off how damaging he is with his abilities. So let's start with ability 1. So first off, I'm going to use the ability, I'm going to use it away from the enemies for the moment. Go back away. I'm going to right click, and you're going to see a timer up here. I'm going to cast it once. You see the fire arrow, and there's a timer. Okay. It took 20 mana. So I'm going to go ahead and use it again, but I'm going to shoot it in rapid session. While this is happening, I can shoot as many times as I want until that timer hits 0. At that point, it costs mana for me to use it again. Our fire arrow does double damage of our standard arrow, but it does it for 3 seconds. So 3 seconds with its incredible attack speed is a lot of damage in just a short time. I'm going to go ahead and heal back up my mana, as this character does eat a lot of mana. And you saw how much damage it did on the gargoyle. Let's go ahead and show off the next ability, which is the damage over time arrow. Or poison arrow. So right click, I'm going to hit him once, we can see the damage is over time, but just like the previous ability, I can use as much as I would like until that timer hits 0. The initial hit is 1 damage, which it does another damage per second for 3 seconds. So I can do some good damage, but note the damage over time does not stack with itself. It only extends the timer. I have one last ability for you. This one's going to be a little harder to show off, but we're going to try. I'm going to show you our piercing arrow. Yep, there we go. I can hit more than one target at a time, and it pierces right through them. So I just picked up triple shot, but the reason I need to get rid of it right now is because I need to show you the ultimate ability. So we're going to go down to one shot. I'm going to charge that ult. I'm going to go ahead and show you that I'm only shooting once. I'm going to press R, and now I'm doing a hail of arrows. Shooting incredibly fast, and shooting lots of arrows at the same time, thereby clearing the screen. Alright. And the timer has run out, so I've used up all of my time on that. Alright. So, that's everything with the archer, as he is incredibly mana hungry, but also seems to be doing a lot of damage to make up for it. He's got a little bit extra health to make up for whenever he doesn't have his mana. Last but not least is our healer buddy here. We're going to go ahead and shoot out a few things here, and as he shoots, or she shoots, we are shooting out this blue orb here. It's actually like a frost orb. It's a mini frost orb in visuals. The attack is pretty fast, just like the druid's speed, but since I don't have as much health, it is hard to keep up that pace on a heavy round with a lot of enemies. I want to show you the first ability first, as per tradition. I'm not going to heal myself because I'm going to use my ability to do it. So I'm going to hit my right click, and we can see the potions here, and our health value down here is increasing over the course of a few seconds. So I'm going to right click one more time. I'm just going to consume 10 mana. And we see that our health value is going up a total of 10 seconds. Oh, sorry, 12 health over 3 seconds? I want to say 3 seconds. So 4 health per second, basically. Alright. Next, I want to show off actually our third ability, because it's going to be easier to show off instead of respawning enemies. I'm going to go ahead and pop it now, and boom, I can now take any damage. Doesn't matter how big. Any damage, and I take none of it. So our healer, and just to show you that the values do come back and it hurts quite a bit, because our character is okay. I just saw the health value kept going up. I'm not sure what that was all about. Anyway, our shield does protect us from all damage accumulated over that time. Alright. So, last ability is our number 2 ability. Something we've seen before. I'm going to freeze him. I'm going to do some decent damage and freeze him. Alright. Last but not least, ultimate time. I'm going to wait for all enemies I can to come on screen. There we go. And alt. Freeze. So this freeze is a little different than the other freezes. The other freezes have a decrease, or like it stops the freeze at a certain time. At a certain point, the freeze of the enemies falls off based on the enemy's freeze time, not based off of the player's freeze time. However, the ultimate goes off of its own timer, which I believe is 5 seconds of pure freeze across everything on the board. This is the least damaging ability of everything because it doesn't deal damage, but it does give us some extra stat boosts as well, increasing health and mana, regeneration for that time as well, to kind of make up for that damage loss. Alright, so that is all 3 characters we have. Lastly, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We do appreciate anyone that has actually some good input about maybe some direction we can have, and maybe have some testers or 2 come from YouTube. That'd be just crazy, but it'd be cool. So yeah, just let us know.